Hello, and welcome to our horror subseries of CineKuest Video. This is a horror podcast named to be determined. Today we're going to be talking about the movie Slaxx, along with some other current horror news. Enjoy the show. Okay, so we're going to talk about an article that came out putting Slaxx in the same, what's the word I'm looking for? Same genre category of inanimate objects that kill. The article is entitled Killer Style Slaxx and the Uncomfortably Intimate Terror of Clothing Horror, which I had no idea there was something called clothing horror. I mean, I just considered Slaxx just pants that kill, so seems pretty normal to me.
I'm trying to think of any other movies I've ever seen with killer clothing articles. Well,
the one that comes to mind, and I don't necessarily know if this is the fact that the mask itself does the killing or the fact that the thing that they're watching triggers the mask to kill people, and that's Halloween 3. Whenever they put the mask on and like pretty much implodes their brain to have insects coming out of them and stuff like that.
And the article does mention the whole haunted mask goosebumps thing, which I never really thought about it like that. I guess it's true. The only other thing I can think of, and I actually haven't seen it, I know of it, is a trauma movie. And I don't know if you want to call this article clothing, but fucking killer condoms. Like that's hey, I mean, technically it's an
inanimate object that kills.
It's an inanimate object, and I mean it's like a hat for your dick in a way. So
yeah, a hat is a hat, no matter what head it's on.
That's right.
There you go, man. So if it kills, that can be considered that.
That's right.
What movies did they talk about in this article here? And they mentioned
In Fabric,
which is a movie I've never heard of.
I haven't either. And it's by A24,
so that's going to be on the list for April as well.
Fucking horror.
I mentioned earlier Deathbed. That's not really clothing, but I mean it is an inanimate object that kills. What was another movie they mentioned in this article, Bryce?
Deerskin was one of it. I had never heard of that.
Never heard of. Bad Hair, I feel like I've seen before, but I forgot because I was watching a lot of movies on Hulu, those Into the Dark movies. Have you seen any of those?
Into the Dark?
Yeah, Hulu has their own little brand of horror movies that they make every month.
Oh, really?
And like they're called Into the Dark, and there's different titles. They're not connected in any way, unless there's a sequel, which it's like a bear that has like crazy eyes and stuff like that. I forgot what it's called, but I've seen both of those.
It does sound kind of funny,
but if you're on Hulu, like just type in Into the Dark, and you'll see like the list of movies that have come out that are either thriller or horror related. And I mean, they got some good ones. They got some kind of like dead ones. But one I saw was like Children with the Dark Eyes. That one is creepy. I saw that one like late at night. I think I mentioned it before.
Is it like based off the Hybrid Children? Or?
I don't think so. No, it's just like that the folklore, the lore of kids that knock on your door and like if they have like dark eyes and shit.
I've heard of the Children with Black Eyes thing. Wasn't that also like sort of like a creepypasta type deal? Or
it probably was.
I just thought that whole premise was that it was like a hybrid kid, like it was a gray.
Well, I don't see. The thing is, like, I don't think they get that deep, especially with this movie. It's strictly like the lore of the kid, and they kill. But although they brought in a movie, wouldn't that be like Village of the Damned kind of thing? Like, but their eyes were like a different color. They weren't black. They were like
amber. Like they would glow. But speaking of that, Ray, have you ever seen the movie The Children? It's a trauma movie. Have you ever seen?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, check that one out, man. It's like they get some kind of like radiation poisoning or something. And of course, everything with fucking trauma in the 80s had to do with, I guess because toxic waste was a big deal in the 80s, but from Captain Planet, hello. Well, it was more like the 90s, but yeah, it's just funny, man. You should watch it. Like their fingernails turn fucking black and they get like all like weird, like, I don't know. And the whole way to kill them is you have to like break their fingernails and shit. It's a weird fucking movie, man. Of course, it's trauma, so it's slapstick as shit, but you should check it out. I think it's called The Children or something like that.
Well, I mean, Trauma has a catalog that deserves a rewatching. We just think last year, 2019, somewhere on there, we did a few trauma movies that you can go back and listen to either on YouTube or Spotify or any other platform that you wish, because we're on all of them.
And my personal
self-promotion. So
my personal wish is that we'll do some more trauma.
Absolutely. I mean, Horror Quest, which is the working title or working subtitle for this particular these episodes of CineKuest. We're gonna do anything, all thing horror, trauma, trash cinema. Like, we can stick with those, and the regular CineKuest will be those themed topics of whatever. So right now we're doing video games, so check those out as well. So yeah, they also said, again, Bad Hair on Hulu. Check out Into the Dark. Their series of movies. There was one of Thanksgiving. Had the pilgrims and shit like that. That one was cool. Yeah, but I don't know if you ever have the chance. Check out Into the Dark, and you up there as well.
All right.
Let me see. You said Deerskin. I've never heard of that one.
I haven't either. I
either.
don't know anything about it. It sounded kind of interesting from what the article was talking about, but I think that one was sort of like a comedy horror type thing.
Right.
But,
and I mean, anything having to do with killer clothes has an element of comedy to it, because I mean, how seriously can you take something that is a piece of fabric, or even a doll, like they mentioned Child's Play in here, like something killing someone. But I mean, technically Chucky in the original is possessed by a serial killer, so that means he's going to kill people. But clothes themselves, how does that happen?
I don't know, but now I have a feeling that if you were to go back and look for any like movies about killer articles of clothing, you'll probably be surprised that there's more than you think.
Oh, absolutely.
Which I never really thought to think about it. I mean,
this is not killer clothes related, but rubber, the tire that kills people. That's something right there. Also has that comedic element, and I mean, it's a fucking tire that rolls around telepathically, blowing people's fucking heads up.
Yep.
Classic.
Yeah.
The same guy who told me about The Witch, like, was the one that introduced me to that movie. We stayed at his house, and like, we got up in the morning to eat breakfast. He's like, "You gotta watch. We're eating breakfast, fucking watching Rubber." I mean,
nice.
You know, good company to be with if they appreciate that type of film. You know.
Of course.
So let me see. Anything else that they mentioned in this article here? I'll mention put the link to the article down below in the episode description.
Yep.
So, and then they mentioned this Spider-Man 3 too.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, like, come on.
He talks mainly about the Goosebumps Haunted Mask series. That's what I got from mostly. But yeah, he even talks about the emo Spider-Man.
Well, you remember those movies like Clown, or like, you know, where they the guy puts on the clown nose, and like it just he starts becoming the clown. That's kind of like, that's somewhat clothing that kills, I guess. I mean, like, you put on some kind of costume and then you become that thing for life.
I don't know, man. I haven't seen that.
Clown. Yeah. Well, there's Clown, and then there's like I think Stitches or something. Like, I don't know.
That sounds familiar.
But like those are like clowns, but like I think clowns are either like put on a costume and something, and then they become.
Ray, you sound like you're getting real philosophical though, man. With that, you become that thing for life. What are you trying to say, Ray? You're trying to that old adage that it's the clothing makes the man, or?
Well, I mean, you know me. You know where these same fucking colors. I don't know, like.
So you're telling me if I start wearing gray and black plaid, I'll become Ray.
You're gonna become.
I'll become the Ray.
Right. You're gonna become like some more exaggerated version of me, like walking out.
Like glasses are gonna get
bigger,
frames are gonna get thicker. And, yeah.
Your hair is gonna turn like peppered and shit. You know.
Yeah. Grow more hair, but
you're gonna have that fucking. Like fucking high. I did it really shitty, but like that high laugh that I have, that's more natural. It's very high pitched. You know, you probably, if you've seen some more episodes, you've heard it at some point.
It's kind of hard imitating your own laugh.
It really is, right? Because you don't want to sound like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
So exactly. You have to naturally sound like an idiot. So check out those other episodes. You want to hear like an idiot laugh,
natural
laugh, like a natural stupid laugh.
Yeah, man. But that was pretty much as far as I could see. It was the movies that they was talking about. Yeah, I thought that was funny that he brought up the Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, and he mentions, says the social commentary regarding the deconstruction of the black aesthetic would have been enough to justify the compelling feature of the film. Like they're already reading too much into that. Like
the Spider-Man 3. Maybe
let's not like try and deconstruct fucking Spider-Man 3. All right, let's be realistic here. I'm pretty sure there's people that have done it.
Well, of course, getting into Slaxx, like when we haven't gotten into it yet, but I feel like I don't know if that movie is more a commentary on clothing, like choices per se, as more as like the clothing industry and some of the evils of it. But
before we get into it, real quick, it says regarding the clothes that kill, it says the clothes themselves don't even need to be alive in the technical sense to make for an effective clothing horror, as demonstrated in the 2020 French dark comedy Deerskin. So it's French.
Oh,
so
okay. Well, there you go.
High class art shit.
Mm-hmm.
Surprises. Maybe it's a Criterion movie, or no, it's A24, so it's close enough.
Is that also A24?
I think it was A24. Yeah.
God damn.
In fact, they mentioned rubber on here like as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I mean, you can pretty much take any sort of clothing. Maybe, I mean, what if like killer shoes, the killer shoes that just like chomp away on someone's fucking foot or something? Don't steal that idea if it hasn't been made, because we'll do
I'm
it.
pretty sure that's actually, now I'm thinking that's been done, right?
Oh.
And
I said if it hasn't been done, please don't steal it.
There was I do remember a Tales from the Crypt episode where like the guy kills his. It's supposed to be the sneakers. It's really like the son that comes back or nephew that comes back, and he ends up cutting off the feet, like because he can't fit him in the coffin, and then like the fucking shoes are like walking up.
I remember that. Yeah,
and they just remember they like fucking drop kick him. He's like, ooh.
Yeah. So I mean, again, as we're gonna talk about this movie.
Before we go on though, I wanted to ask Ray, if you had to make a killer clothing movie, what would your article of clothing be? And what would the premise be, Ray? I don't mean to put you on the spot, but
well, damn. There's only so many articles of clothing. So I mean, maybe you know what? Maybe the hat. And I say the hat, maybe it was a fedora because I hate those
fedora.
Hats.
Yeah,
right. You put it on and it just slowly like caves in your fucking head until like your brain turns to like mush from like some kind of like possessed acid from the fucking hat. I don't know, man. Shit. But like it just like pretty much just eats away at your fucking head.
Nice.
And you won't know it because you'll be too busy playing the flamenco guitar while like this fucking hat's eating your fucking head, you know, like, and you're just gonna be thinking you're in the zone. That's all the adrenaline. And you're like, man, I'm playing this fucking piece that's like 30 minutes long, and people are loving it while your head's fucking just like melting away.
I would say probably either like we should do something more obscure, like something about maybe a belt or
a belt. Well, yeah, a belt. I mean,
handkerchief, like
the killer handkerchief.
Man.
What about like those gloves that are like the fingerless gloves?
Oh,
maybe
shit.
They like chop off the ends of your fingers, and you're just like, ah. It's some guy who's like in the gym, like lifting weights, and like they just fucking like rip off their
or like
fingers.
Those guys who are like really into cycling and they have the lobster claw. Have you seen those lobster claw gloves?
No, what are those?
Let me preface this by saying my friend in New York, he was he's a big he loves cycling. Like that was a big thing. Well, of course in New York, that's how a lot of people get around, anyways. But I remember I went with him to like the North Face or one of the North Face stores, and he was looking for lobster glove. Basically, what it is, it's what it sounds like. It's you can put 2 fingers in here and finger there, and it's like so you can like pull the bike.
Get the fuck out of here,
yeah.
really? Like there's
so you
not
can pull
just
the brakes. It's like because
is it so you can like
it keeps the 2 fingers warm, right? You know?
Well, I mean, like, what's the difference between this and then just having like
because this finger's giving warmth to that one, and you know I don't have to keep them separated. You know, what's the point of a mitten? Because a mitten's like you're like clawed like that anyway. You're like the fucking Powerpuff Girls with the, you know, you got like a flipper going on, man, with a mitten.
Do they need like their fingers to be secured together that way they can push the brake? So like one finger's not going to do it, so like they just have to have them together.
Who the fuck pulls the brake with one finger? Well, if it's I want to get into whole cycling. If it's well conditioned, the brakes are well conditioned enough, you should be able to do it with one finger. But it's a lot more secure. But then you really can't hold on the handlebars that well with just 2 fingers. So I don't know.
Yes, but and on top of that too, I mean, what if you've limited yourself? You want to become you want to cycle like a fucking Ninja Turtle? Fuck
Yes.
a lobster, man. You're fucking cycling like a Ninja Turtle.
You could still grab a cup of coffee like that.
You can, yeah,
you know,
sure.
and you can do some other stuff, you know, like protection.
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
I've never heard of these gloves, and it sounds ridiculous.
I don't know, man.
You know what? Maybe
you're gonna get the whole cycling community. I hope there's no horror like cycling community people out there.
What is a horror cycling community? They like dress up in costumes and shit and just ride bikes like in like Frankenstein or mummy outfits.
Or they pimp out their bikes and horror, like they do the whole Maximum Overdrive, like like at the green the Green Goblin thing on the front. Have you ever seen Maximum Overdrive?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, yeah, do something like that. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. They take their kids with their tricycles and shit, like all decked out in horror themed shit. Wow.
Christine style, like bicycle and shit.
All you gotta see is a fucking tricycle like going up. You know what? Speaking of tricycle, the end of that fucking, again, spoilers if you've never seen Rubber. At the end of the movie, whenever the guy says, I don't know if it was a cop or whoever, but one of the last lines of the movie is like, oh my God, like, he's like, oh my God, he's been reincarnated into a tricycle, because after they blow him up, the fucking tricycle comes out, like it's on fire and shit. I need to see that movie. What is a killer tricycle going to do? What if a kid gets on it, Is it going to kill a kid?
Well, I mean, it's be the same premise as the tire. I mean, you could do the same thing.
Well, I mean, but
now it's got 3 tires.
If there's a tricycle around, like someone's going to get on that shit.
Not necessarily.
If there was a big tricycle around, you're gonna tell me, and it's there, like you're gonna tell me I can try
a random ass tricycle, dirty ass random tricycle. I don't know, man. I don't know who's been on this shit.
What has got some wicked bells on it?
All right, maybe.
What about streamers?
This is an adult size tricycle. You're telling me?
Well, no. In the movie, it's a regular tricycle, like a kid's tricycle. But do you think a kid what's a kid? The kid's just gonna see the tricycle there. They're gonna fucking try and get on it. I assume, because most kids think everything's theirs. Right, so I mean, if there's a tricycle there and it happens to be a killer tricycle, and the kid attempts to get on it, does it kill the kid? Get off my back, kid! Boom, head explode. I don't know if that movie can be made though. I mean, no one wants to see a bunch of like toddlers getting their heads blown off and shit.
Well, you know what, Ray? I think
although Lloyd Kaufman, I mean, I can see you doing that though.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
I see you, Lloyd. You're watching this, Lloyd. I know you are.
Yeah. Well, he might. Given a lot of great material here. But Ray, maybe we should make the first cycling horror movie, man. Just roving band of killer cyclists. All decked out in like the long, slender like helmets and the skin tight suits, and just like they go around with machetes and like just killing people.
I feel like that group of people could have been part of the Warriors movie.
No, yeah, exactly. But
nowadays, but they're the murderers.
Yes,
they're not attached to any sort of gang.
No, they're just murdering people,
or some overlord gang member or something.
They're either real big fitness enthusiasts by day. Nobody knows at night they go out on the cycles, and they're like the street cycles are going out.
What the unicycle murders?
And they have like, oh well, yeah.
You see people on unicycles.
I've never seen anybody on a unicycle.
Well,
I mean, I know they're out there.
Well, I know there's cyclists and stuff like that. Here's the thing, Bryce. Don't steal this idea if you're watching this, right? But any filmmaker out there, part 1 of the series of the Cycle Chronicles or the Cycle Murders, part 1, the unicycle killers. Part 2, like the regular cyclists, like the marathon cyclists.
And the third is gonna be the tricycle.
The third is gonna be the big tricycle, the adult tricycle killers.
All right, man.
All right, there it is, the trilogy right there.
And I'm telling you, the whole lobster glove comes into play, man, because you can get like spikes on there. Like, I don't know.
Where's that? From fucking is it Street Fighter Mortal Kombat? The guy with the fucking.
Vega?
No, that's Street Fighter Mortal Kombat.
Oh, Baraka.
Yeah. But without the Baraka face.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But anyways, on to the movie. All right, so we're going to talk about the movie Slaxx, what we thought about it. Don't want to take up too much of your time. So the movie Slaxx came out this year, 2021. I don't remember who was made, but it is a Shudder original. And the trailer itself is basically giving us the fact that it's killer pants. Yeah. And they're from what you can tell from the premise itself, or because you watched the movie, is that this trendy retail clothing store is gonna start selling these pants, and it's supposed to be a big item, a hot item that they're supposed to sell a lot of and stuff like that. I'm not too sure. I don't really remember what's so special about the pants. I think it's just the material. Oh, they're supposed to fit everybody.
Yeah, it reacts to like thermal body heat or something like that. I don't know, some kind of. I think the word thermal comes out in there somewhere. So it's body heat, and it's like it shrinks down to fit you.
Yeah,
essentially.
So basically, these pants start killing people. It pretty much gets right to it. You know, the manager opens up the box, take out the pants. Some of the employees start wearing the pants, and then they end up just start killing people. So, I mean, this movie, I mean, it's as basic as pants killing people, but the other messages in there, as ridiculous as this movie is, I mean, you can talk about like the working conditions of retail or just in general, and clothing industry and how they manufacture these things, and who's doing like where's the start of the clothing coming from? Like who's doing the picking of the cotton? Who's actually making the pants? You know, all that kind of stuff.
And I feel like this movie's kind of jabbing, taking a jab at like, you know, I don't know if we should say the brands, but any kind of clothing company that talks about like, you know, fair trade and all these kind of things that they do. And, you know, that's because in the movie, that's what this brand is doing. You know, they're making the Slaxx. That's 2 X's. They're supposedly, great working conditions, like fair pay for the people. And it's not like, it's obviously, that's all bullshit. So.
One of the things that, again, spoilers with this movie, the one thing that did surprise me a little bit, but not entirely. I mean, we find out that the pants are possessed. Mm-hmm. They have nothing. That's not necessarily just some random cloth that's killing people.
Yes. See, I think they should have done it where it was like some kind of chemistry gone bad or some fucking technology gone bad, like
I mean
AI pants.
If that could probably.
That's what I thought was going to happen. Yeah. It's like some supposedly like unheard of fabric that, you know, but then of course you find out that it's possessed, which I mean it's just as good too. But
possessed pants, I mean, if they fit, you know.
Yeah, and then when it kills somebody, like the Slaxx, by the way, it's like there's a logo on the pants. It looks like looks like the Slayer fucking symbol, almost like the Slayer logo, but it's like it says like Slaxx.
And whenever it kills,
like
whenever it kills someone,
character like Jinko's, no.
Whenever it kills someone, like one of the S's
letters
like,
goes red.
Well, like not even the whole thing, like only part of the logo was red. I guess it's just marking its kills. But the thing is, I don't know if that plays. I don't recall that playing a part necessarily throughout the rest of the movie because like it is killing more people and not marking that. I don't think. I don't remember seeing that in the movie.
And see, I was thinking that was part of the whole like technology. I don't know why I was thinking like, oh, it needs blood for something. I don't know. I you know, that's not explained or whatever. But I just like when I saw the pan, I was like, oh, it's because the fabric's like some kind of like high tech bullshit or whatever, and it's coming to life or whatever. But no, it was just, I guess it needed blood or like I don't know. It doesn't really explain like why it needed that blood. Because it drinks the blood. There's one point, this is one of the most fucking hilarious scenes in the movie. It's like after the pants kill this, I can't remember, was it the guy or was it one of the girls that he kills?
Is it the one employee where they eat his hands first?
I think it is that one.
And then they're like just sitting there like just
and
away
the fucking and then the pants comes up and it's just it's like drinking and the fucking pockets are the eyes. Like it's hilarious.
But the story follows an employee who just gets hired and she's gonna start on the day that this or the evening that these pants are being launched. Well, they're gonna be launched the next morning, but I think they're doing like an overnight or something. And they're like...
it's a very cultish... Well, I mean...
It's retail.
It's retail, I guess. You know, it's like a very... We're part... What's the name of the company anyways?
I don't remember the name of the company.
Anyways, it's like we're, you know, the whatever family and, you know, we belong. It was like, wasn't that the... the slogan, something belong or be something, or I don't know what, man.
But I mean, like anyone who works a retail job knows that that's the kind of motivational speech they try to give you to make you believe in the product itself, and so you can sell it more and make more money that you're never going to see a dime of.
Yeah,
that's fine. That's just reality.
Yeah.
So, and the manager is a fucking scumbag, so he knows that people are dying.
Yeah,
and he's not saying anything about it. Like they're just constantly going with emotions, just trying to get this product out or get ready for the product to be launched. So, yeah, I mean, man, I don't know what to say. That guy was a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
And I mean, the employees were real snobbish too. Like,
yeah, for sure.
I did like the one part where that influencer comes in, and she has like her little crew with her. Yeah. And you know what thing I did not believe? Like that person had a camcorder doing her, I guess, live stream. I think that's bullshit. They all have some kind of DSLR or mirrorless camera that they're carrying with them, because like no one's carrying no one who's an influencer and I'm like is carrying a fucking camcorder.
Nah.
Like, so I didn't believe that. So what is she? Some kind of like low level Instagram,
maybe,
YouTube person? I mean, you can't get that great quality out of that, I don't think. But anyways, yeah. So she has like a little crew with her, and she's like just looking at the pants, doing her little social media spiel, and then like the pants fucking like wrap their legs around a fucking killer. That was fun. I like that scene a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, we find out that the pants themselves are possessed by the spirit of some Indian girl.
She falls into
the cotton grinder or something, and she's the one who's possessing these genes, and she's possessed pretty much all the genes, right? Like her spirit has done that. Or is it her, or was it like everybody fell into
that's what I was thinking.
Which is not really explained, because I mean,
I don't know if it's her possessing all. Well, I guess that would make sense, because I guess it's the materials that all the pants are made from. So I guess her blood got into the cotton or whatever. Actually, it's not even fucking cotton, right? It's like some weird material that I guess only grows in that region or supposedly some shit. And so I guess her blood gets imbued with the materials, and so all the pants, I guess, that are made from that material are possessed by her. So
so you can either read it as her blood got mixed in with all the materials, so like there's a bit of her blood in every fabric, or you can read it as she wasn't just the only one, like every person at some point or another got killed. But I mean, I think that's a big assumption, because we don't really know that for a fact, because we only see that happen to her. And it's funny because we find there's a part in the movie where we find out that it's Indian girls, because like like the pants are dancing on a mannequin down the hall, and there's another, I think, Indian girl there, and she realizes that the person's dancing to like is it Bollywood music or I really don't know. So.
She's singing it. She's listening to earbuds, so she doesn't know the pants are behind her, but she's singing it, and the pants start to like do this dance, like I don't know. It's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, so this movie gets pretty gory, I guess. I mean,
actually, I was surprised at the amount of gore in the movie.
Yeah. Does it end in it's not a happy ending, right? No, it's because like at some point or another, again, spoilers towards the end of this.
Yeah, and they try to make contact with pants at one point. They're thinking that if they can expose the company for what it is to the world, that the pants are gonna, and if at a time it does kind of work, the pants are kind of like, like, oh, okay. And then but then the asshole manager guy comes out, and he like attacks. What does he do? He says I think he attacks the pants, or he does something.
He gets the fire extinguisher.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Like sprays it on the pants.
And that's when like later on, that's when like the whole army of pants comes out.
Yeah, because they're pretty much planning an attack on like the consumer that's going to come in. And that's basically what happens. Again, spoilers. The end of the movie. A bunch of folks come in to buy the pants, and almost aggressively, like they're all like fighting, like it's fucking Black Friday or something, and it's pretty much a massacre. And the lone survivor, she gets shot.
I think so, yeah.
Something like that. But I mean, I know it's not a happy ending.
Nah.
Which I prefer not happy endings because they seem more realistic.
Yeah.
But it's killer pant movie, so like I don't know how realistic you can get with it. But yeah, man. I mean,
Do you think that's some kind of commentary, Ray, that the pants are, as they're going forth to consume, I guess, America essentially, or what is it?
Man, well, I don't know, man. I should speak to like a Levi's representative or something because I can't say for sure.
Cotton keeps America cowering.
I go. I don't know, Bryce. What kind of pants do you normally like to buy?
Me?
Yeah.
I buy Levi's.
I'll buy Levi's when I have the money to, and I'll have like one pair of Levi's that goes with me, or I buy like those
American
cheap
Eagle, Ray, Express jeans.
I go to Old Navy, buy Old Navy jeans. Maybe a few Tommy Hilfiger. I don't know.
Honestly, I don't really. You know what, Ray? I have one pair of fucking jeans right now.
Me too.
I have one pair of jeans that
and
I
I'm
wear
wearing them right now.
Yeah, and all the other ones I had like carpenter jean pants, and they were all messed up because I used to wear them to paint, and that was when baggy.
You wore carpenter pants to paint.
Yes.
Look at you.
Wow.
You don't wear carpenter pants just to be stylish.
I kept the the hammer and the little like loop there like it's supposed to be. Well, no, I did buy them because it was fashionable at the time. Those were what I ended painting in. Like I worked at the livestock show here, and I had to go paint all the posts, and I just happened to wear those pants. But of course, that was when baggy jeans were fashionable. Although now they're getting fashionable again. Don't wear those skinny jeans.
I saw someone with those.
I
saw someone with those
fucking geezers and your damn skater jeans or skinny ass jeans.
No, man, the skaters are gonna get back to the Jinkos. Jinkos are gonna come back, I'm sure.
They have.
Have they?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes.
This is not just Hot Topic jeans with a big chain attached to them.
No, Jinkos is back, baby.
You're being serious, right?
Jinko's the new stonks, bro. It's fucking everyone's trying to put money in. I do. Well, I don't know.
Can I ask you a question? Would you buy a pair of Jinkos?
Nah,
just to wear around the house.
No, and they were pretty fucking expensive back in the day, if I remember.
Oh yeah, they were like $40-$50.
There was like,
I've had like 4 pairs of Jinkos in my life. 4. It was all high school. It was all high school time.
I've never owned a single pair of Jinkos.
Dude,
those are too damn expensive.
I had those black Jinkos with the huge ass fucking pockets, man. Like you know me. I thought for some reason I needed those giant ass pockets to hold my fucking backpack. Because I mean, again, the big size for the big boys, so like those pockets are like extra fucking big.
Yeah.
And deep.
Yeah. See, those are the pants I need. Those are the kind of pockets I need to put on, like women's jeans, because they're always talking about how the pockets are too small on the women's jeans.
Yeah, right. They're gonna just oversize all the way down to the leg.
Jinko fucking pockets on there. Nah, man, I never owned Jinkos. I did have some of those. Like, they're not jeans, but I did have some of those like goth, like synthetic, like pants ones that like go over your shoes, like those fucking big ass parachute pant type things. I did have some of those.
Well, I mean,
my goth phase.
Being a person who wished he could have been goth, but you're too big to be goth. You got to go to the Walmart.
That's not true.
Well, no, I'm saying like to get the Hot Topic clothes. They stopped at a certain size, my friend.
No, they did. No,
shirts you can get big, but you're talking pants, like you can't go buy Hot Topic pants off the rack and want to be like authentic goth, the raver goth, that meme like where they're fucking like they're underneath the bridge and shit and they're fucking that shit.
Ray, I'm sorry you didn't get to they didn't make the straight jackets in your size, dude.
Maybe I wanted those netted shirts. I just had like the sleeves and then it was all netted here. So you have like your
the crop top,
like you have your like man tits coming out, your nipples fucking popping out. I would just look like some kind of like some kind of dominatrix, fucking gimp or something.
Well, I don't know, Ray, but look into it. I do believe I read somewhere that Jinkos are coming back, or at least they're somewhat fashionable again. Well, like apparently all this 90s style is back. One thing I don't get is the mom jeans. Mom jeans are apparently popular now. I don't know.
I kind of like the mom jeans. I'm not gonna lie.
I guess.
It just depends, really.
I think they do not flatter hips very well, in my opinion.
They probably don't. Like, I don't know. But
that's just my opinion. What do I know?
What do any of us know?
Yeah, that's
Bryce?
true. That's a good point.
So, Slaxx. What did you think of this movie?
I liked it. It was a good campy fun. It was kind of short, but I guess that's fine. Like
it was an hour 17 minutes.
Yeah. Well, obviously you don't want it to be too long. But
with a movie like this, you have to just get to the point right away. So you start You start the killing. You start the douchebags with the douchebag manager. You start the killing. The killing continues until the very end of the movie. Although the credits themselves show like those behind the scenes,
Yeah,
wherever they're
the woman's like she's dancing with the pants.
Yeah.
You
you don't need many effects to create that.
No, you don't.
Or many much of a budget. You just wrap yourself in some green cloth, dance with some thing, and you got yourself a floating pair of pants.
I was glad they did it practical style like that too. I honestly, there's a couple times where I thought the pants were CGI'd, but I was glad to see that they did the. So that's impressive, you know.
That was good, yeah. You can always respect someone who attempts, even if it doesn't look that great, practical effects.
Yeah,
so.
for sure. Yeah, I did like it. It was very much in the vein of, it reminded me a lot of like Deathgasm and like, you know, just good, you know, fun, gory movies. Yeah.
All right. I liked it a lot too. It was a fun movie. I told people to watch it, you know. Some folks that would get a kick out of those types of movies because it's a fun movie, but not to be taken seriously at all. I mean, it's killer pants. If you know the premise already of the fact, all you gotta say is killer pants and they're down, then you know you're just down for a good time. So,
oh yeah, definitely.
What would you rate this movie?
What scale are we on?
1 out of 5. Typical CineKuest 1 out of 5.
I'm going to right down the middle. No, a little bit over the middle. I'm going to go 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. Okay. I'll agree with you. 3 out of 5. Was it the best movie? Of course not. Was it the funniest movie? No. It was entertaining. It was fun. But yeah, so I mean, if you're a horror fan and you don't take yourself too seriously.
One thing I did want to ask. I'm sorry, this is kind of backtracking, but I wanted to ask about the movie as far as like, guys, I haven't been out like shopping for clothes in a long ass time. Like I'm
same here, buddy.
I mean, I have. I take that back, but I don't go to the mall related to shop for clothes. I never.
Have you been doing this? I mean, like myself, I'm pretty sure you have. Like, I buy a bunch of like just shirts online and have them shipped to me.
I don't buy clothes online, man. I actually, no, I take that back. I do. I don't do it often because I like to know if it's gonna fit. Although now you can't even fucking go into the dressing rooms because the pandemic.
Well,
some places might allow it.
Walmart still lets you do that.
Oh, they do that?
Yeah,
I went to Kohl's and they were like, no, we're not allowing you. So, but it's like, but they're like, you have a fucking 60-day return policy on, or no, it was like, 6-month return policy on these clothes. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I could wear the shit out of these and just bring them back as long as I don't stain them or something.
You go, these pants are ripped.
They're all faded and shit from like multiple washes. Like, no, these aren't for me. I'm sorry.
Go, I would like to exchange them for another pair.
They didn't fit. Like. Well, anyways, my question, Ray, is like this big like pants release. Again, like I'm saying, I don't know much about it, is why I'm asking. Is that something that even happens anymore? Like, or is clothing releases like a big deal in stores? Is the mall even because this was in a mall, right? Like, is that even a big? It's kind of weird how they're like doing that now.
I think I don't know. Like, since I don't buy clothes often, I can't say. The only time I know personally, again, not sponsored by these people at all, although it'd be nice. Fright Rags, Gutter Garbs, like all those places that they always announce stuff, and that's where I buy like my regular shirts online. Unless I'm buying my own gear, CineKuest Video, which I have underneath here. You'll see somewhere here. You see it. Woo! CineKuest. Somewhere around there. Anyways,
guaranteed not haunted.
Not haunted.
Actually, clothes. I guess we can't guarantee that.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
I don't know who the person sending it was, like doing some kind of voodoo or some shit. But I honestly don't know. The only thing I've heard of, and I don't necessarily know if it's necessarily just one particular piece of clothing, but that brand Supreme.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've seen a lot of people like coming through that have the label Supreme.
Yeah, you know what, man?
That's or maybe those new Little Nas shoes.
Oh no, we can't get them anymore, man.
Why no?
Nike sued them. They can't sell it. You think apparently didn't get permission from Nike to sell it or something like that?
Well, no.
Somebody did buy. They sold out, and whoever got a pair of those fucking shoes, I bet you those are through the roof right now in price. Man, you could probably be a millionaire on those shoes alone, man. Fuck.
But yeah, so I mean, like
Supreme, it's
it's not like particular. It's just a brand.
Supreme is like, well, I think it's supposed to be like skaterish, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably.
Like, I don't know, but it's funny because the only reason I know this because my ex, but they did like a collab with fucking Sailor Moon, and they reimagined like the Sailor Moon characters wearing Supreme like gear and shit. Like, what would they look like now? Like a modern day like fashion Sailor Moon. So I don't know. It's funny. I noticed that clothing is doing a lot of collaborations with like fucking characters and shit. I'm sorry, this is like completely off topic of what we're talking about. But anyways, I just wanted to ask you, like, is that a big deal nowadays still going and shopping for clothes? Because to me, I don't go to the mall. So it just seemed a little weird that they're trying to make it if set in modern times. And I don't think people really do that anymore. Like everything's bought online mainly.
I couldn't tell you. I mean, if anyone who's listening knows that those of you who are buying clothes,
it's a really moot point. I don't know why. I just thought of it because I was like thinking.
But I mean, like if anyone out there actually buys clothes regularly, I mean, like unlike
not just
unlike
wearing
here,
shit from fucking back in high school. I still got clothes from high school I wear, man. I don't know.
I would have clothes from high school, but they don't fit anymore. So, although I have worn shirts, like the same 5 shirts for like 5 years, and I'm talking like one for every 5 days. Like I don't even have 7 shirts. So I mean, I wore the shit out of these clothes, but they're not the best clothes. It's garbage clothes that just happen to stay intact that long for me to wear them.
You be honest, Raid, underwear, you wear them until the fucking elastic goes on.
Yes.
Yeah, me too. I just threw away a shit ton of underwear.
I just recently bought like 10 pairs of new underwear and I got rid of the old ones. But it's just because I didn't like the way those were fitting. I wanted a certain type of underwear and I bought some and then I went back to buy some more because I like those. I was like, these are going to be the ones I wear for a long time. So I was going to buy like a shit ton of pairs. And to me, 10 is a lot.
Honestly, dude, I've gotten better, you know. And
I mean, I've had
people say it's a I don't know, like people have told me it's a self-esteem type thing. Well, maybe it is. I don't know, but
where you wear like crotchless fucking taintless.
Not just that, Ray, but I will wear clothes like, and this is mind you, like I don't know. I used to have a pair of work shoes. And it was so bad, like the fucking sole was coming off of the shoe.
Dude, I've had those.
And I would like wear it, and it would like make this fucking clicking. Like it was fucking rhythmic when I was walking. Like, yeah, it would like have this little beat going and shit, man. I don't know, dude. But
no, I do the same thing, man. Like I've worn shoes. I still have shoes that have like holes in them. Like, I didn't buy a pair of new shoes when I moved down here until that happened. Like the hole came out of the side of the toe, like wherever the shoe's at on this side, it was like rubbing away. So my little toe was kind of like peeking out and shit. And on top of that, the sole, like you said, itself was kind of like coming off. Oh, and I was like, oh shit, that happened. And then the back of the sole, so like it was only held together by the middle. So I was going like.
Okay, I don't think I've ever had that bad. But
no, I only had that.
That's for impressive, man. If you can fucking.
I only had that for a week until I was like, I can't fucking do this anymore. Like,
so you're walking around barefoot and shit, essentially. Like,
well, yeah, I might as well be. You know, I mean, the way I walk, like, it's not like I don't have that like heel to toe kind of thing.
No, how do you?
You know, like I kind of like I walk like
you tiptoe and shit.
No, I walk like almost sideways like this. You know.
Oh.
Right, I don't have that.
Like you walk like a fucking like elf or some shit, like tiptoe.
Well, my feet have been made fun of for being hobbit feet because of the way they look, you know. So
I don't think I've never seen your foot.
You don't want to see my feet, my friend. I get made fun of a lot.
You're a real covered up guy, Ray. I don't think I've ever seen any, except for your face and your hands. I don't think I've ever seen.
Maybe my forearms sometimes, but not really. I'm always wearing like long sleeve shirts.
Yeah, middle of fucking summer, like 104 degrees outside.
You go like, you guys are hot? No, I'm quite comfortable actually.
I feel like it'd be like for you, Ray. I feel like if it was like one of those scenes in like a movie, a classic scene in the movie where the guys are like in the desert, like trying to find like got the shit wrapped around their head, and like you'd be like, I'm fine.
Yeah, right. No, like I probably would be.
Like sweating, like, oh, I'm all right, guys. I'm
there
all
you
right.
go. Actually, the slight wind and the sweat, like it's really cooling me right now.
I'm really evaporating that sweat off my face. I'm fine.
You go, my skin, the sweat is doing wonders for my skin right now. So, yeah, I mean, I am pretty much, I mean, the only time you might see me is wearing shorts and stuff, but I only wear shorts at home.
But now, Ray, I got to ask, this whole not buying new clothes thing, is that something inside, or is that just practicality?
It's a little bit of both. One, I don't like to spend money. I spend more money on like shit that I probably don't. That's not necessary.
You gotta take care of yourself, baby.
Well, I mean, I bought this sweet ass mic when I really didn't need to, and I just wanted it because it's fucking. Again, not sponsored. A Shure SM58, and I knew like you buy this, it's gonna last you a long time. It'll last me longer than my life.
Yeah, you can just tape that on when the crotch part falls off your pants. You can just tape that over it.
Well, whenever time like I wore pants, like the crotch always like rips at some point because like it's just constantly like rubbing and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I put a patch there at some point.
God damn, dude.
So, but like that doesn't last very long either because eventually that tear will lead all the way down the leg.
Let's get the shit.
So like you have the
it's like you're talking about the taint area. It's like where it rips or what?
Well, yeah, that area, but then like that line with the thigh like will open up and stuff. So I mean, if there was ever gonna be killer pants, it'd be the pants that I wear because I abuse the shit out of
pants,
them.
like fucking zombie pants that come back. They're like
right. Hey, that's a good one. Maybe like there's pants that you have used and abused, and then you just toss them aside, and those pants had sentimental feelings towards you, and then it turns into anger, then it wants to kill you.
There you go, man. You know, Ray.
Slaxx part 2.
Yeah, that you know, the ripping part, like in the crotch area. You know, Ray, if you ever you're in a bind, you could get like a maxi pad and like just stick that on it. Like that'll be.
I have too many embarrassing stories of my pants ripping, and in just the most awkward situations. Not even just like a gradual rip, but like you're in front of someone that you kind of respect, and your pants fucking rip. And I'm not talking like just a little ass rip, ass in the crack rip. I'm talking like crotch to like fucking knee rip, like. Wow. And like it's embarrassing, but I mean, you know, you live and learn, I guess. Well, I haven't learned because I still fucking wear the same pants all the time. So like I'm always like on the edge, like are my pants gonna make it today? I don't know. Like we'll see.
Yeah, you gotta make your own life interesting, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I gotta tell this life story. Right?
You know what I was telling you, Ray? Like remember when we first met and I was telling you about how like my life was full of intrigue because I'm just so paranoid that it's like I'm living in a fucking spy film because everyone's after my ass. I'm so. You gotta introduce that own shit into your life, man.
So, well, there you go. Like, I live my life
James
based
Bond
on the fact
theme is playing in my head. I'm like, brown and now.
Well, your life is full of intrigue. My life is just like I'm just rolling the dice on whether or not these clothes are gonna like fit, like stay on me throughout the day. So, and I don't have an extra pair just in case that should happen. So I'm pretty much fucked.
I thought don't you usually?
I used to do that, but I haven't done it in a while because I've gotten lazy. Because I'm like, these pants will hold up. This shirt will hold up. Like nothing's gonna happen.
They say you always should have extra. Yeah. Oh no!
As an adult, you probably should.
This is my other friend that he always had fucking pairs of clothes in his car, and I was like, weird, man. He's like, well, you never know what's gonna happen. I was like, that's true. Anyways,
well, again, it said Slaxx 3 out of 5. If you have any knowledge on clothing that is popular now, unlike us ourselves, like please leave the comment below. Communicate. Tell us we suck if you want to. Like, go ahead and leave it.
That's a 3 out of 5. That's 3 for boys, 5 men's. Sorry, that was bad.
What is that in husky size?
I don't know.
All right, so CineKuest Video. My name is Bryce. I was gonna say my name is Bryce. Oh shit. My name is Ray.
I'm Bryce.
Okay, so hopefully we'll see you on this next horror quest working title. Yeah, so.